Hey guys. Sorry about that. All right. Who's here? Miss Can't Be Wrong. You still here, buddy? Six people? Where you at? Jump in the chat. What's going on? Don't you think Trump is Satan? Come on with this bullshit, man. All right. Good to see you, Miss Can't Be Wrong. No mob tube for me today. Eight people. Hit the like button, please. Jump in the chat whenever you like. That's Frank. He is. I don't know if you saw the last show, but turns out in the Epstein files, there's a girl who said she reported that her friend was forced to give Trump, oral. What's up, retired JW, Troll Slayer, JGB? And she bit him after, while she was doing the thing. And then she laughed at him afterwards and he hit her. Remember that story? Well, apparently some investigative journalists got together and did some digging. And they found out that a woman in 2020 sued Jeffrey Epstein and got a settlement from the Epstein estate. Now, apparently, through their investigations, they found out that that was the girl who bit Donald Trump. Okay. Therefore, that would mean if she got a settlement from the Epstein estate, then she had evidence. So I don't know what's going to come of that. Maybe nothing. We'll see. I saw photos of Trump with no makeup earlier, and he looked really rough. Yeah, he is a clown. I mean, when you say clown, I mean literally a clown. He gets up every morning. First of all, he dyes his hair bleach blonde. Okay, then he gets up every morning and he paints himself orange. When you look at him, he literally tell me he doesn't look like a clown. And he only does like like all of this like around here it's just lily white. It's just this fucking, it's unbelievable. It's pure white all around the sides, his ears, all that shit. Rest of his face burnt orange. I mean, I don't know who the fuck told this guy, oh yeah, you nailed it, that looks good. I don't know. But Sabrina Merrick, 99-cent super sticker. Thank you very much, Sabrina. I missed you all day. Where in the hell have you been, young lady? 30 people. Man, it's back to this bullshit at the beginning of the shows. It's taken forever to get people. But then once you hit like 100, it goes pretty quickly after that. I got a lot of views on the last video. I don't know how many, but I'm going to go right ahead and assume over 40,000. Let me see. I'm over now over 14,000 subs. 44K. 48.2 in the last video. I'm going to start spelling everything wrong, Chris. Yeah, you want to fit into the chat? I understand. Oh my God, we got to get this moving. Come on, guys, jump in the chat, start talking, hit the like button, subscribe. No, I got 48,000 views on my last stream. What do you mean? And on the first stream, I got 31,000. No, it just takes a while in the beginning, Kevin French fucktard. You'll see. Watch. 77 people. For all the good guys that know Donald Trump is a pedo, do me a favor and please hit the like button. It's free. It's not nearly as much of a big deal as you think it is. It's very easy to do. You just, and then it helps the channel. And subscribe if you haven't already. What's up, Lee Moore? Oh, baddest monkey. It's always open, bro. Always. Yes. Yep. He is. Hmm. 89 people. Oh, we're getting up there. Maybe you convinced them all that you were right. Yeah. I don't think so, bro. I'd love to think that, but there's no convincing them, man. They're all in. The last video, I asked the question: if Trump is proven to be a pedo, will you stop supporting him? And the conversation gets lost. You wind up talking about 700 different things, but I would like to ask him, on this live stream too. Would you stop supporting him? Like for the MAGA people that are here now, would you stop supporting them? Stop supporting Donald Trump if he was proven to be a pedo? The only reason Trump wants Greenland, he misses Epstein Island. That's good. Trump HLS just got caught paying a Russian oligarch 4 times the value of a warehouse in Georgia. Is that right? Oh my God. Wow. Not surprised. One of the hardest working men on YouTube. Wait, now you convinced me. Well, listen, man, there's no doubt I'm putting in a lot of work, bro. A lot of work. I got to make money, man. Dow is $50,000. Is that what the Dow is? Sabrina Merrick, $2. Hit the like button. Thank you, Sabrina. Yeah, guys, do that. 140 people. Now we're rolling. Not many Trump supporters in the chat yet. Katie Johnson and a witness had said Trump raped her. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I see no reason not to believe it. Do you still support Obama and his 2,400 mentions? Yeah, because not a single mention is an accusation. Like, I think you need to understand Janis Joplin is in the files. Okay. Marilyn Monroe is in the files. So there's people that are in the files because they were president at the time, or they were in news articles, or they were spoken about in an email or conversation. And then there's people like Trump who are actually accused of raping kids. So Obama's 2,400 mentions, there's nothing bad in there. It's just like Trump. He's mentioned, all right, before they saw the unredacted files, because now they know it's 1 million times. But before that, they said 38,000, right? The thing is, 98% of those were just mentions because he was the president, or because whatever. But it's the other 2% that's some very, very, very bad accusations. So not every name is going to mean that they're a pedophile. Not every mention of every name. It's not how it works. Well, I don't think they are, Kyle. I got to be honest, man. I don't think they are. I mean, the mods don't delete you unless all you're doing is talking shit. Ryan, I'll prove it throughout this, but you'll just deny it anyway. Oh, it's all good, man. If there is truly such a thing as karma, Trump, his handlers, and MAGA have a lot to worry about. Yeah, well, I think Trump's existence and the fact that he, just keeps getting lucky is proof that there's no karma. Yeah, Janis Joplin, she died when Epstein was 17. And they put out, the DOJ put out a list today of names in the files. And they did it, just to try to make it look like, oh, look at all these names that didn't do anything. And way down at the bottom is Donald Trump. And they way down at the bottom, they put everybody in there first. And they have Janis Joplin and Marilyn Monroe in there. I mean, what the fuck, man? So literally anybody mentioned in an email, any name that came up, anything related to the Epstein files, even if it's just an email where one of these people was spoken about or something. If they're talking about a lawyer and they say, oh, Barack Obama's lawyer, something like that, then Obama's in there. But it's not every accusation, even with Trump, or not every mention, even with Trump, is an accusation. Yeah, right. No fucking chance. That's just in your head because you've been brainwashed. Who of the Republicans do you guys think wrote "Love You" to the pedo Jeffrey? Oh, that birthday card, is that what you mean? Or there might be a different one, thing where he wrote that, but that birthday card I was thinking about before the show. I mean, they can't deny that anymore. What did Trump mean when he wrote to Epstein in 2000? Our special little secret. What did he mean by that? What do you think? Yeah, she died in 1970. Boogeyman calm. It doesn't even make sense. Epstein was 17 years old. You were full of shit. Trump turned Epstein in 2006 and had him arrested during his term. You were so fucked up. Yeah, no, he didn't. He never turned Epstein in, and he didn't have him arrested. The DOJ, the FBI arrested him. He was just the fucking president during that time. So, and he never turned him in. I mean, the fact that you guys keep saying that, I mean, everybody knows what happened on that phone call, but you guys. No, he didn't. Not one of the dullards has read the files. No, they haven't. Even Trump has not said that he turned Epstein in. And you know, he'd be crowing about that, playing hero all over the place. He'd be doing 75 press conferences a day just to say, I turned in Epstein, but he's never even made that claim. They just say it because they don't understand words. Yeah, but there's nothing like Trump, James. Baldy is delusional. All right. Over half Trump administration has been in the Epstein files. Well, I mean, think about it. How many of them have been accused of some sort of sexual assault? A lot of them. You know, Hegseth, Linda McMahon, Trump himself. There's more, but, you know, I have to look at a fucking list of all the people. They were going to put Matt Gaetz in as Attorney General. He's a sex offender, you know. Barack Obama is a fake. He's not a lawyer. He didn't take on any cases. Yeah, I didn't say Barack Obama's a lawyer. I said if Barack Obama's lawyer was mentioned, for example, then Barack Obama might be mentioned because it might say Barack Obama's lawyer. Epstein was already arrested. He called the police chief after and said everyone knew Epstein was a creep and Maxwell was evil. Yeah, after he was arrested. And he did it to cover his ass because he committed sex crimes with Epstein. There's no question about it. He wants to cap credit card companies at 10%. What do you mean, 10% interest? I don't understand because I don't know. That would be a good thing, but I don't understand. You can tell he didn't eat on Epstein. If he did, he'd never shut up about it. You mean rat on Epstein, baddest monkey? Yeah. I'm positive he was buddies with Epstein because he never once struggled to pronounce Ghislaine. Yeah. No, Obama wasn't a lawyer, was he? He wasn't a lawyer. Oh, he wasn't. You guys got me second guessing myself. Hold on. Was Barack Obama a lawyer? Oh,
yes,
he was.
Barack Obama was a lawyer. He graduated from Harvard Law School in 1991, and he worked as a civil rights attorney. He also taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago for many years.
What do you know? MAGA was wrong, and I was right along with them that time. Yeah, he did. My bad, guys. I didn't know. I don't know. Or maybe I did, and I forgot, but my bad. Because PayPal has great lending practices. I don't understand. PayPal still hasn't made it through the process of becoming a federally backed bank. Okay. You're wrong. Trump is actually the Antichrist. Well, I always saw them as the same thing. Satan, the Antichrist, you know. Republicans are pedos. They are. I am sure you are Satan. Prove me wrong. Yeah, simple. I'm not Satan. There you go. This guy's a moron. The Dems impeached and charged him with every BS charge they could. In 8 years, this didn't come up. LOL. Never. Trumpet is all you are. Never trumpet. What are you talking about? The Epstein files? So why didn't Trump release the Epstein files in his first term? Could you tell me that? Because everybody with a brain knows why nothing happened during Biden's term and Trump's first term too, except you guys. So, and they weren't BS charges. I mean, name the charge and I'll tell you how it was 100% legit. Name the charge. Trump flunked school. Yeah. Trump is the Antichrist. Prove me wrong. It's in Revelations all about Trump. I'm not a Bible guy, but I'm sure it is. Liberals are weird and wired the same way. Yeah, sure. Liberals are weird. Guys, do you ever take a good hard look at yourselves? You're all like white trash people from the middle of fucking nowhere that go to every rally a politician holds, and then you drape yourselves in his merch. You wave flags with his name on them. You put yard signs in your yard. You literally have made MAGA and Donald Trump your entire identity. Without him, you have nothing. And you're talking about us being weird? I never worship no fucking politician. Exactly. Why did Congress have to force the files release? Yeah, because Trump wouldn't release them on his own. Define a woman. A person who is born with female reproductive organs. You're a clown. You're like a pathetic little cult that feed each other lies in bull, whatever. I guess you're describing MAGA to a T there. Good job, Niles. Yes. The Epstein kid said in the Epstein files, Trump raped them. Yeah, several. We are your neighbors. You sound insane. Well, there's one neighbor that's like you, and I don't talk to him. To be fair, there was a time when there was another Antichrist every week. Is that right? I heard files could not be released until 2025. Exactly. Yeah. Pam Bondi made the files available as soon as she said the case is closed. It was an open case from when Epstein and Ghislaine got busted until 2025. Nobody could release the files. So when Pam Bondi decided to close the case, that's why all of a sudden it became a big deal. Plus, right before announcing the case is closed, she told you there are no files, even though a few months before that, she said the Epstein list and the files are on my desk. You don't understand, guys. You're not being lied to by us. You're being lied to by the people you vote for. Let me get down here. Oh, okay. He ain't got horns and he isn't red. Well, there you go. I mean, that settles it. Good night, everybody. He's not Satan. My tremendous dick syndrome. I know many women have told me that. And never a guy named Jack, but many women. Yes, it is huge. You're all a bunch of fucking puppets, left wing, right wing. Neither means shit when it's two wings of the same bird. Let me tell you who says two wings of the same bird in reference to Democrats and politicians. People that don't know anything about politics and they can't argue anything. You know, like my friend Denny that came in here earlier, who's a pain in my balls. He came in on my last live stream. I know the kid from, some shit out, off of YouTube. He doesn't know anything about politics and he can't argue it. So he just says, man, who cares about politics? Why are you always talking politics? That's how this guy is. They're not two wings of the same bird. They are literally the exact opposite of each other. There's nothing the two parties have in common, except for the fact that, sure, they do both look out for billionaires, except one party only looks out for billionaires. Bondi is destroying the Department of Justice. Well, that was the purpose of putting her in there. You got to remember, Trump hates law enforcement. He hates the FBI. He put cash in there to ruin the FBI. He put Linda McMahon in there to destroy the Department of Education. I mean, that he's putting people in place to destroy these agencies and bureaus and everything else. In the third quarter, yeah, Michael, I think you left out the fact that there was a contraction in the first quarter. It might have been ever a contraction. So, yeah. And the GDP went up under Biden 14%. Did you know that, Michael Wags? Michael Wags is a guy who thinks he knows shit, but he's terrified to call in and debate me. Yeah, but not under this name, and I never really followed through with it much, so it's no big deal. Unless you mean like right now. No, in that case, no. Like Dean and Parker, no, they stream on TikTok too. I don't. She said there were files, no files, then files again, but it's a Democratic hoax, now files again. Yeah, well, Donald Trump too. I mean, remember, months ago he said this is a Democratic hoax. You know? Complete bullshit as usual. I mean, the very thought of that doesn't even make sense. Why would the Democrats do this and never release it? Why would they make up fake files and then never release them? Why? I don't get it. Trump just tried every excuse to get out of, having to show you guys these files. And he's trying to convince you he's not a pedo. So that's why his story about the Epstein files changes all the time, because years ago he said there's some very bad people in the Epstein files. And then we need to, see what went on there. That's what he said, but then next thing you know, what files? It's a Democrat hoax. But wait a minute, Donald, you said it's a Democrat hoax. Oh, okay. It's a Democrat hoax, but you say all Democrats are in there. So not only did the Democrats create the hoax and then never use it, but they inserted themselves. They implicated themselves in the files. Isn't that? Yeah, that makes sense. That's something Democrats would do. They're not all the same. They're not all the same. I'm not saying they're good guys. I'm saying, for example, dipshit, Donald Trump, since he took office, gave enormous tax breaks to billionaires while he raised taxes on some of the poorest people in this country. He kicked people off of Medicare, millions. 24 million people are most likely going to lose their fucking health insurance through the ACA now. He cut funding for fucking funding for babies that need antiviral medication because they were born with HIV. Hundreds of thousands of babies have died because of the cuts to USAID. That's the kind of shit he did. Obama or Kamala was going to give you $25,000 towards a new house, $50,000 to open a new small business. She was going to increase the child tax credit by to $6,000. I mean, she was going to do things that would benefit you, dumb motherfuckers. That's why, I swear to God, man, you need people to save you. You have been voting against your own best interest for like 50 fucking years, and you haven't figured it out yet. That's why you guys live in the states you live in, because you keep voting Republican and you stay stupid, poor, and sick. That's why. You haven't figured it out yet. The Republicans despise you as working people, and nobody despises you more than Trump, not even me. Look at this guy. You're fucking low IQ. This dickhead he hasn't mastered the apostrophe yet. He's telling me I'm low IQ. Good job, bro. Hey, next time you want to call somebody low IQ, why don't you double check your comments, stupid. Doesn't stop you from abortions of U.S. children. What? What's wrong with abortions of U.S. children? What do you mean? They're not children. Okay, if they were children, they couldn't be killed. Otherwise, people would get the death penalty. They're not children, you stupid fuck. There's no such thing as aborting a fucking child. Being up the articles, don't just talk proofs in the pudding, bring them up side by side as you talk. G Money, try to say that like in like English, and tell me, what exactly do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Bring up the files side by side. What in the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, exactly. It is. They don't even realize how stupid. He probably spelled that wrong too. I should have double checked, Kenneth. They're so stupid. They think that's like a bust. Meanwhile, do you know that the guy, there's so many pedos in the Republican Party, that the guy that coined the phrase Trump derangement syndrome is a pedo. He just got arrested for pedophilia. I mean, and you guys run around saying something a fucking a pedo coined, the phrase he coined. And meanwhile, we could turn it around into so many things. Like, you have Trump devotion syndrome. I have tremendous dick syndrome. You say TDS because you can't even spell Trump derangement syndrome. If you tried to spell derangement, your fucking head would explode. You can't even spell your. Guys, do me a favor, 416 people. I'm going to ask you some favors here. Listen to me closely. And I do this because it's very hard to get the left, the people that are supposed to agree with me, to do anything to support this channel, even hitting the like button. It's very difficult. Like, I'll see people in the comments, tons of people that agree with everything I'm saying, but they treat the like button like it costs money. Could you please hit the like button? Take a second and do that. Help me out. And subscribe if you haven't already. I have a goal for how many subs I want to get tonight. I'd like you to help me meet it. And guys, look, I'm on here. My blood pressure's up. I'm arguing with fucking morons, so you don't have to. So if you can also send a super chat, donate in some way. That would help me a lot. You don't have to, but it would be nice if you did. And as a matter of fact, while I'm saying that, just in case, even though not many people use this on the politics shows, I'm just going to put this in the chat. This is all my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. You is hilarious. Is I? Joe is a pedo. Prove me wrong. Okay, he's never been accused of pedophilia in his entire life, so I'm assuming that means he's not a pedo. Duh. Trump's actually been accused of pedophilia on multiple occasions. Joe Biden never has. Trump released files, not Biden, not Obama, not Clinton's. Do you know why he released the files? Could you tell me why? Ugh. You're gay as fuck, 46MD. Could you tell me why Trump released the files? Curious as to what you have to say. Do you think he was just like, yeah, man, it's the right thing to do. I'm releasing these files. Or do you think that he was forced by law to release the files? Which one? No. ZZ Twin Cam, I don't think you're paying attention. The guy known as the pedophile is the guy in the White House. Nobody else. Those files name, 2 Democrats that I know of as far as accusations, and one of them, Bill Gates, isn't even a politician, and he was in there for having sex with an adult hooker. Bill Clinton, he's probably guilty, but other than them, who the fuck, who are you talking about? What Democrats? Dems protected the Epstein crew. Trump released files, not Biden, not Obama, not Clinton's. That's what I mean. First of all, when, you stupid ass, would the fucking Clintons have released files? There was no files when Clinton was in office. Do you believe what he just said? I don't even have to call him stupid. Look at what he just said, not the Clintons. The Clintons haven't been in power since the year 2000. When the fuck would the Clintons have released anything? And by the way, you're forgetting something. Biden, right? Obama was first, then Biden, and then who was in between? Trump. And Trump didn't release the files. And by the way, Trump is the president now, so stop worrying about what people didn't do in the past, because Trump also didn't do shit with the files. God almighty. I'm a moron. You want to call up and debate me? 428 people, guys. Please hit the like button like you mean it and subscribe. Probably guilty. On what grounds? Bill Clinton? He's accused right along with Donald Trump of raping a 13-year-old girl, and I believe these accusations to be true. And, Bill Clinton's a bit of a creep anyway. So the one, you won't call it a debate, though, right? Not a chance. I know. He's found 65,000 kids. Go get me the credible source that says Trump found 65,000 kids. You're so full of shit. 65,000 kids. It was under investigation when Biden was president. Yeah, exactly. They don't know, though. You know what I mean? They don't know. Unemployment redefined? How so? Let me see. Hey, guys, could you tell me why Trump released the files? MAGA, I'm talking to you. Why did he release the files? Same to you, David Collins. Why did he release the files? Department of Justice and FBI created Epstein files, same ones that wanted Trump and Kirk dead. Okay. So that's not true. And these files that we've seen, they came from Trump's Department of Justice, and not even Trump nor the Department of Justice are saying that the FBI and DOJ and under a different administration created them or something. So how are you going to argue something Trump isn't even arguing? No. Oh, the MAGAs? Oh my God, I know. They're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. They would blow that guy in a heartbeat. I'm talking about the dudes if he told them to. I mean, if Epstein was still alive and Donald Trump said to all MAGA fathers, give your daughter to Jeffrey Epstein because I told you to, they would do it. They would do it. They'd let him, do their, to their own daughters, guarantee it. You're a power bottom. YOUR. See what I mean about you guys? I have this theory about you guys. And believe me, I have no problem with gay people at all. I seriously, they've never bothered me in my life. But you guys are very, very gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're closeted people. You who thinks of that? I don't even know. A power bottom, I'm assuming, is it somebody who gets fucked in the, I don't even know. But I know that that's a very bizarre thing to have on your mind. If I'm going to insult you, I'll make fun of you in some way, your name, your spelling, your grammar. If you got an avatar and I could see, I'll make fun of your appearance. I'll actually be clever and witty and I'll roast you to death. Everything you guys say is an insult is some gay sex scenario. Now, why in the fuck is that? Who the fuck would ever say? I would never, ever in my life think to say to another man, I bet you're a power bottom. Because the people that say that, you know why you're wondering that is because you probably want to fuck me, John, Johan, whatever the fuck your name is. And I don't swing that way. I have no problem with gay people, but please don't project the gay fantasies onto me. Please. I'm happily married to a wonderful woman. Congress released the files. Yeah, pretty much. He didn't release it. Congress, there was a law. He was ordered by law. He refused to release them. So the Democrats had to force a vote. And they created the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Donald Trump was in violation of that law since December 19th because that was the deadline. He kept pushing it back so his name could be redacted more and more. Finally, he dropped half the files and he refuses to drop the other 3. Because he promised he would. Yeah, right. He also promised he'd lower grocery prices and end the Russia-Ukraine conflict on day 1. No, it's not even that. They literally passed a law. I mean, I can't believe that MAGA doesn't know that. But then again, I mean, they really don't know anything. I'm telling you, like, this went on for like fucking months, and somehow you don't know it. In June, when she said the files or the Epstein case was closed, it then became okay to release the files for the first time ever, really. Okay. But then they came out, and Pam Bondi told you in February of last year, the files are on my desk. She came out in July and said, there are no files. You guys got mad for about 5 minutes, and then you started blowing them again, but this went on for months. The Democrats trying to force a vote, the discharge petition that had 214 Democratic signatures and only 4 Republicans. The Democrats basically forced a vote on the House floor. And the Republicans, Mike Johnson wanted to let them do it in a private thing, like a private session where they could vote anonymously. Democrats said, no. This is going to be on record. If you're voting not to release the Epstein files, it's going to be on your record. So the Republicans had no choice. After months of helping Trump and Mike Johnson cover the shit up, they finally said, well, Trump, listen, because he tried to talk them out of it. And they said, no. We're going to be on record. We're not going to vote against releasing the Epstein files. So they voted for it. Then it went to the Senate. He tried to talk the Republican senators out of it. They said, no, we're going to be on record. We're not. So then they passed it. And then it went to Trump's desk. And Trump had no fucking choice after that but to sign it. And again, that was November 19th, 2025. December 19th, 2025. All of the files Every single one was supposed to be released unredacted, except for maybe victims' names, and any redactions had to be explained in front of Congress by January 2nd. They missed the deadline to release the files. They missed the January 2nd deadline. They weeks later they released a 12,500 files or some shit, and people went berserk. So finally, a week or two ago, not even 2 weeks, they released 3 million files. Now, Todd Blanche, who is Deputy Attorney General and Donald Trump's personal ex-defense lawyer, said, we're not releasing the other 3 million. Now, Trump, at any given moment, we didn't have to pass a law. Trump could have said long before that law had to be passed to force him to release the files. He could have said, Pam Bondi, release everything. He could say it right now. He could say, Todd Blanche, no. I told the people I'm going to release the files. Release the other 3 million. But he won't. You know why? Because he's all over them. And I guarantee you, the shit they showed us before, they selected very carefully so they could say, oh, well, this is stuff that's unverified. I bet you the shit that's verified is in the 3 million files they're not going to show us. I guarantee it. The Zen Master, $5. Why'd they redact the victims' names? Or why'd they not redact the victims' names? The one thing they're actually supposed to redact. My opinion, and thank you for the $5, sir. Nobody else's, no super chats, no, I don't know. No matter what I do, it's just not good enough, I guess. It was a warning to the survivors. That's what Trump does. He threatens people into staying silent. So to me, that was like, listen, all the people whose names weren't redacted, the victims, they all said they started getting death threats immediately after all that shit was released. So that's Donald Trump saying, imagine what'll happen if you speak out against me. So that was just an intimidation tactic. Because why else? What could the other reason possibly be? Are you slow? He helped to make that law, and also Democratic judges blocked the law from being passed earlier. Are you slow? You said that twice, and no, you are, because that's complete bullshit. He didn't help make the law. He fucking told Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you sign that discharge petition, I consider it a hostile act. Go look at any videos she's done in the last month or so. She talks about how Trump tried to threaten her into not signing the petition that forced a vote on the law. Okay, Lauren Boebert, they called her into a secret meeting and begged her, Donald Trump and Mike Johnson begged her to take her name off the petition. She wouldn't do it. And judges didn't block the fucking release of the files, you dumbass. When you guys actually got mad at Trump for about 5 minutes because he told you there was no files, he had to do something. So he went to a judge and he asked for the release of the, listen to me closely, the Epstein or the Ghislaine Maxwell grand jury testimony, not the Epstein files, just the grand jury testimony from, her trial or her case, right? And of course, because she was still on appeal, and Trump knew that, he knew there was no risk of the judge allowing it. The judge said no, because her fucking case was still under appeal. So are you slow, you stupid fuck? You got to learn something before you try to argue with me. Believe me, I'll destroy you. The people that continually call everyone gay are closet homosexuals. It's a fact. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you guys, I can read you a list for a half an hour right now that is nothing but Republican politicians that got caught in gay sex scandals and pedophilia scandals. It's always the anti-gay, legislators and shit that say, they want to stop gay people from having any rights. It's overcompensating. They get caught with a dick in their mouth in a hotel room somewhere. It's always Republicans. Nobody hyper obsesses over trans people and gay people the way MAGA does. And I can come to no other conclusion than that's because they are what they hate, which happens a lot. You're overcompensating. It's like you figure it like this. You're gay, you are, you're ashamed of it, you don't want nobody to know, so you'll just constantly bash gay people so nobody in their right mind would ever think you're actually gay. We know how it goes. Can't wait when you finally admit you're wrong. Probably will be in hell, but you'll admit there's no hell. And I'm not wrong. So why would I admit that I'm wrong? There's nothing I've said that I'm wrong about. You ain't destroying shit. You think you know something, and know absolutely nothing. You people are sitting here screaming about the Epstein files. Utah, you want to call in and debate me? You tell me how little I know? Let's do it. You want to do it? I just got to step away for a minute in a second, but I'm going to play you guys a good video. Please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. If Victor Falls is in here and JGB and some other people, they're going to kill me when I play this video, but I literally need like 3 minutes, so I have to play it. So don't get mad at me. Call in, Utah. Yeah, call in, bro. I mean, we can have a discussion. No big deal. Because you guys are always smarter than me until you call me. And then it's like, oh, look at that. I debunked every stupid thing you've said on this phone call. Anybody who smokes cigarettes isn't very intelligent, so I'll go now. All right, bye. Meanwhile, how much you want to bet Saved Are You Too is either addicted to drugs or alcohol? I'll bet you any amount of money. And they lecture me on cigarettes. Yep. People with no control in their lives always need someone to blame. For this guy, it's Trump. Next cycle, it'll be someone else. His baldness is his mother's fault. All right. Well, a lot of people are bald. You know that, right? It's everybody's mother's fault. Gotcha. How do I have no control of my life? How do you figure? And no, it won't be someone else. Donald Trump is the only man in history, and as far as the presidency, that's ever been accused like this of sexual misconduct. We talk about him not because he's Trump. We talk about him because he's a rapist and a pedophile. Okay? Jesus Christ. All right, JGP. Four-eyed freak. Yeah, I look like a total freak. You're right. I belong in a circus. You voted for a guy that bleaches his hair blonde at 80 years old and wakes up every day and covers his stupid face in makeup. But yeah, I definitely look all fucked up. Bill Clinton? What about him? Bill Clinton's probably a pedo. It's my opinion. You forgot Clinton, you lying piece of shit. Where did I forget him? I've said numerous times throughout this show. How did I forget Clinton? How did I forget him? What are you talking about? If you're talking about the Epstein files, I've only mentioned it like 1,400 times in the last 42 minutes. I know I do. Thunder Warrior, I know. Meanwhile, if I brought any of these motherfuckers up on screen with me, I guarantee they got more fingers than they have teeth. How much you want to bet? Guarantee it. Who said I'm awesome? Thank you, man. Thank you. I lost it. Oh, guys, do me a favor. Come on, man. Hit the like, subscribe. At 400 people. Man, I'll never get the donation thing. I'll never get it. I swear to God, if I was a sellout, I'd probably make 20 grand a week talking about Democrats, because MAGA will throw money at you all fucking day. But the left, I can't get 2 people to support you. It's unbelievable. The bald guy is doing this every day, y'all. He is not live for enough. He's not love enough for a life that pays. He's not love enough for a life that pays. Oh, he tried again. Let's see. This bald guy is doing this every day, y'all. He is not love enough for a life that pays. Well, he said it the same way again. I guarantee you nobody but you knows what that means, and probably not you either. Yes, I do enjoy insulting MAGA. And by the way, you fuckers attack me from the minute I go live to the minute I end the stream. So I give back what I get. You know, that's how it works. No, it's all good, Tyler. I'm just saying that the enormous amount of people that watch these streams, it's unbelievable. Maybe all Democrats are broke. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Trump's name appears in the Epstein files more than 1 million times, second only to Epstein himself. His name is referenced most frequently during the height of Epstein's criminal activity. Yes. Is the bald thing supposed to be some kind of burn? It is, Zen Master. Let me tell you what I've found out. I've been doing these streams since November. every show, at least probably 200-300 people say, "Oh, and you're bald." I don't even know how it's an insult. When I had a full head of hair, I shaved my head all the time. I just liked the way it looked. I didn't even realize I was going bald till I was 37, because I had shaved my fucking head for so long, and that's how I prefer it. And you know, most of the guys saying this, I guarantee you they're bald. There's tens of millions of bald men, but when they see me, I'm the first one they've ever seen. They are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. They couldn't roast a fucking. They can't. They have no wit about them. It's amazing. Nah, I'm good, David Collins. Thanks, though. I'm 6.5 years clean and sober. Of course, yeah, no doubt. You're an idiot. I could tell by your life. What's my life like? Just out of curiosity. I want this guy to tell me what my life is like. I'm gonna look for his comments and his comments only. What is my life like? I'm curious. I don't know. Talia, it's only in MAGA's minds, you know. Meanwhile, none of them have teeth. They're missing fucking fingers, limbs. They're freaks of human nature. Well, listen, I just happen to be smarter than you. No, it's not. You know, I'm married to a beautiful woman, and I have a daughter and stepkids, and I make very good money on YouTube. And my life literally consists of going to bed whenever I want, waking up whenever I want, and deciding whether or not I feel like doing a live stream. That's my job. I mean, my life couldn't be more fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? It was added as the only fact the guy would admit to, and he couldn't even do that. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're an uneducated dumbass. Let me guess, you were mad because your illegal girlfriend got deported and you realize you will never find a decent woman to love you. I am married. You can ask JGB or any of the people in the chat that have been with me for a while with wrenches and shit. She's been even on one of these streams. I have a beautiful wife who is an extremely successful nurse. I mean, yeah, no, and we haven't even talked about illegals yet, but I'm mad because of illegals. Okay. I'm an uneducated. Listen, guys, I'm going to play you a video, and when I come back, I'm going to challenge all of you to call in, because I know none of you will, and debate me since I'm so stupid. But you guys listen to Steve Bannon tell you about the party switch and all about yourselves and Trump. I'll be right back.
It's pretty simple to explain. Basically, when Nixon was discovered having committed Watergate, people thought the Republican Party was washed up. But a clever staffer on in Nixon's White House came up with an idea for how to get more new Republican voters to replace all the people that were turned off by the corruption that had just been exposed, and perhaps save the party. His name was Lee Atwater. And he said, I know where there's all kinds of disgruntled white people. All you got to do is appeal to them over their anger about the end of Jim Crow and about school desegregation and about the Civil Rights Act. And these are the words that you'll say to kind of trigger them. Then we call these the racist dog whistles. And you will send a message to them that they are welcome in the Republican Party. And starting in the mid-70s to the mid-80s, there was a massive change in voter registration from Democrat to Republican on the part of all of these racists and lowlifes and ignorant people. At the same time, Trump started to have political ambitions. Now, it turns out Trump has an IQ of about 73. He barely functions as an adult. If it were not for the fact that his father gave him a lot of money, he wouldn't be able to function as an adult. Trump has less money now than he would have had if he'd just taken the money he got from his father and put it in an index fund in the stock market and just let it sit. But he's gradually played around with it all these years and lost it in all his lawsuits and so forth, and his 6 bankruptcies, and he has dissipated a fortune over his lifetime. Now, he's had the Russians for the last 20 years to bail him out, but ordinary people cannot be as dumb as Trump and still function. But Trump came out onto the public stage and started talking boldly like he wanted to do things politically and help the people of America. And he speaks like a third grader, because that's what somebody with an IQ of 73 talks like, even if they're an adult. Linguists have analyzed his speech, and they've made it plain. He speaks English at a third grade level. This energized dumb people, because for the first time they could understand a presidential candidate. And they said things like, oh, he speaks his mind. He's the first guy that doesn't use a bunch of fancy words and confuse me. Now I finally understand what he's saying. And of course, what he was saying was a lot of things they wanted to hear. They were the racist dog whistles. And so you had a beautiful alliance from their perspective of racists and stupid people. The lower 12% of the IQ distribution corresponds perfectly to Trump's supporters. Now, these people are so intelligent that there's actually a federal statute that prohibits their induction into military service. They didn't want to have a repeat, Congress didn't want to have a repeat of the McNamara's Morons incident from Vietnam, which is a notorious thing you can look up on your own. McNamara's Morons, it's called. Basically, we had a Secretary of Defense who had the idea that, hey, why don't we recruit low intelligence people, send them to war and see what happens. And what happened was they died in droves, and of course things got worse. And so they didn't want that happening again, so they actually passed a law. You're not allowed to recruit and induct into military service the lowest 12% on the IQ range. But they're still allowed to vote, and Trump energized them. He made dumb people think that they finally understood politics. He made people strut around proud of themselves thinking that they had a grasp of the issues, because they could tell on some level that Trump wasn't much smarter than they were, but there he was, a big shot. So he seemed like a champion for them. Of course, all these people forget that they aren't rich. They didn't have a dad hand them the equivalent of $412 million. And they can't do the things that Trump does, and they can't get away with the things Trump has gotten away with. And even Trump himself is not going to get away with them indefinitely. But the stage has been set, and this is where we're at. Basically, we have a fanatical core of low intelligence voters that are solidly behind Trump. They will back him no matter what he does or says, because they don't care what he does or says. They just know he's their guy. They understand him. They like him. He talks to them in a way that they can comprehend, and they are fanatical in their support of him. He has given them what they see as dignity and strength. And then at the other end of the spectrum are smart people from all walks of life. I actually used to be a Republican myself. I'm ashamed to admit it now, but I know I'm not alone. I mean, millions of people who make sure that they turn out to vote against Trump used to be actual Republicans, because the Republican Party is now nothing but a loony bin of the very low intelligent. And there's just no way that you can be associated with them at all. So now it's going to be, some range of conservative to liberal Democrats again, except that it'll mean something different than it used to mean. I mean, those Democrats won't be conservative because they're racist garbage people from the South. They'll be conservative because they have some other philosophy about the role of the market or of private enterprise or something like that in the economy. At any rate, this is the problem we have. It's basically now just the very low intelligent versus the high intelligence. And the thing is going to be decided by undecided people who don't pay any attention. People in the middle that don't pay attention to politics, no matter whether the politicians are smart or dumb. They just show up on election day and try to do their best. Those are the people you have to reach. You have to get them interested.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
All right. So Trent Bollinger. Oh, not you. Wait, where's the? You know that the Democrats have flipped like 28 seats in the last 3 months, and a lot in red states. And Donald Trump even said he knows that it's most likely that the Democrats are going to win the midterms. Oh, I'm out of breath. I was running around the house. Destiny Warrior. All right. Call in 410-941-9850. We can see how little I know. We can see how little I know. Hit the like and subscribe, please, guys. So you're saying 89,000 people are stupid, maybe? Well, you certainly are. I would say you are 89,000. Did he? Okay. Joe Dirt, 199. Where's your phone line? 410-941-9850. Thank you for the 199. You're an idiot. Jose Pena is a Trump supporter. Jose Pena is a Trump supporter, and I'm the idiot. And by the way, he can't spell your. It's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Jose Pena, who is a Trump supporter. Who are you trying to fit in with, Jose? Be honest, because you know that Donald Trump and MAGA hate you with a fucking passion, right? You do know that, don't you? Are you a Latino for Trump? I think you're very confused. But you're in this chat, Straub. So what are you talking about? You're telling people they don't have shit better to do, but you're in this chat too. What are you talking about? 89. You have no self-awareness. 89,000. 89,000. What is that number referring to? What is the context? I don't understand. What are you saying? Jesus Christ. 89,000 what? Bye. ICE is going to come scoop up Jose today any minute now. He just wants them to think he's on their side so they leave him alone. But I love when Latinos for Trump come into the chat because they roast themselves. You ain't even got to roast them. Steve, who's Steve? Steve who? Did somebody say they want to call in? I don't know. 410-941-9850. Look at all the people that talk shit about how stupid I am. Just not calling in, huh? Your is not your and no. Well, Thorn. Oh, you okay? I got you. Yes, border. I was thinking you should have said border. BORDR is not border. Yeah, you're right. BOARDER should go first, I guess. Yeah, that's how they spell border. It's hilarious.
John Beltman. To accept, press 1.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Hi. Are you the guy on YouTube saying Trump is Satan?
Saying Trump is what? Satan? Yes, that's me.
So how would he be Satan when one of the first public statements he made after taking office was to tell us all that God's actually the one in charge and that America needs to get back to Jesus Christ of Nazareth?
You know that Donald Trump.
Is that something Satan would say?
You know that Donald Trump refused to even go to church on Easter, right? You know he never really went to church unless there was a camera there. You know he doesn't care about. He doesn't even believe in God. I guarantee it. And you do know that Trump has also said that he's going to lower your prescription drug costs by 1,500%. So Trump's words don't mean anything.
But do you think Satan himself would tell people
Jesus
to get
Christ.
back to Jesus?
I don't believe in God or Satan. Obviously, by Satan, I mean he's pure evil.
Okay.
You don't think he's pure evil?
Trump? No, I think Trump has a great heart.
Really? Could you name me one good thing he's done for other people in his life?
Yes, when he flew Nelson Mandela over here in his private jet after he was released from prison, when he put Jennifer Hudson's family up in Trump Tower, herself, Jennifer Hudson, in Trump Towers after her family was murdered. Yeah. That's 2 examples.
So he put a famous person up in Trump Towers. So that's beneficial to him. Yes. Go on.
The woman who says that Trump spoke to her when she was going to jump off of a bridge and then she decided not to.
Yeah, it's not true.
The time he was on the news,
hold on one second.
30 plus years ago, saying that he would open his apartments to homeless.
He never. Yeah.
That's well.
Do you know why he did that? Do you know why he did that? Everybody knows why he did that. He was trying to chase his tenants out of there. He wasn't saying it like, "Oh, guess what I'm going to do." He was telling people he wants his tenants out, and if he has to let homeless people live there to chase them out, that's what he'll do. He was trying to kick people out of the fucking building.
Okay, well, if you put the homeless part aside and assume that you're right, or neither I'm wrong or you're right, we'll just say that one's a wash. Let's think about everything else we just talked about. Can you name that many positive things that Joe Biden did for people? Yes,
give me 1 second. You want me to read you something? In June 1990, Nelson Mandela used the Trump Shuttle 727 airplane for his 8-city U.S. tour, but it was not a free charitable donation from Donald Trump. Mandela's organization paid $130,000 to charter the plane after their initial request to rent Trump's personal jet was declined.
And what about when Mandela was released? Because you're reading something about when he did a tour.
What are you saying? Did Trump fly Mandela?
I'm saying that that's maybe how he knew, hey, let's get that plane again. We'll come back and do the tour.
He never did. I've just looked it up. He never flew Mandela anywhere.
Okay. So if Trump's evil, who has Trump murdered, put in prison, with everything that's going on in America right now, all the back and forth for Trump and the other politicians, if his heart isn't actually overly kind, because I'd actually put them in prison, Don't you think they'd be in jail?
Who?
Don't you think somebody would have fallen out of a window?
Who?
Like they
Who
do
would be in
Russia all
jail?
the
Who
time?
would be in jail?
Maybe Pritzker, a governor that's arguing with Trump, being seditious, saying that he's not going to.
How's he being seditious?
Cooperate with ICE.
Yeah, he's a
not gonna
governor.
cooperate
He is
with
a
federal law
governor. He has
enforcement.
every
should
right to
be-
do that. He's a governor. He has every right to do that.
Okay.
Governors
So if
govern
a
govern their own
governor
states.
in Russia told Putin that, what would happen? Just saying. What do you think would happen?
Well, here's the thing. That's
If Trump was
Russia,
evil,
and this is
wouldn't that
the
happen
U.S.
here?
If Trump could get away
But
with
you're
it,
saying Trump
yes.
is evil.
If Trump could get away with it, he would do it in a heartbeat. There's no question about it. He hates his
Do you
enemies.
think if
He
he
said
was
it at
evil,
Charlie
he would
Kirk's
give a fuck
memorial.
whether he got away with it or not?
Yeah, because whether you're evil or not, nobody wants to go to prison. What are you talking
Well,
about?
he's already been charged 91 times. He was taken and paraded in front of us all with 91 charges. 3 assassination attempts, and he's still going, fighting for the country.
There was no 3 assassination attempts. Okay, and tell me, what was the first thing you said before the assassination
The first
attempt?
thing that I said?
Yeah.
91 charges.
Oh yeah. Could you tell me which charges weren't legit?
All of the charges stem from papers, right?
No.
So, like, consider what's in the Epstein files and what has happened to children, and then consider what Donald Trump was accused of doing, hush money to a hooker.
Yeah.
So, what are we even talking about here? He was charged more times than Alphonse Capone,
Oh
who
my
murdered
God.
people.
This is how you know she just repeats what he says. Oh my God.
It's true.
Yeah,
91 charges. And if
why do
they
you
could've
think
got
that
him,
is?
he would've
Why
been
do you
in
think that
jail.
is, Lucy?
Because they wanted to interfere with the election. Because why do you think everything just went away once the votes were cast? He never went to prison, right?
Everything
It
didn't
was
go
just all
away.
a show for the
Do you want to give
camera.
me a chance to talk? Okay.
Sure.
Everything didn't go away. Donald Trump was being tried for the Georgia case. He was going to trial like 2 weeks after he was about to take office. So because the Supreme Court ruled that he had immunity and he was going to be in office as president, they just dropped the case. It doesn't mean he's innocent. We heard him on the phone commit the crime. He said, I need you to find me 11,000 votes. He has never been indicted for something he didn't do. Never. And by the way, the fact that you think a guy is good, has a good heart, but even you admit he's been indicted more times than Al Capone, what does that tell you? Because I know you think it's a witch hunt, but you could pick the case and I'll tell you how he's guilty. The hush money
I'm an
payment.
attorney, so I don't need it. I know how the law can be weaponized.
You're an attorney?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm an astronaut.
Okay, I'm an attorney.
No, you're not.
My name is Dawn Veltman. I'm an attorney.
You're an attorney and you talk this slow? You sound like you're on fucking opioids.
Yeah, I'm an attorney.
So tell me something about the law.
It's the law.
Tell me why Joe Biden didn't release the
You shouldn't
files.
break it.
Oh yeah, so that.
Why Joe Biden? I can't tell you why Joe Biden did anything. You have to
No.
ask
If you're a
Joe Biden.
lawyer,
All I can say is,
if you're a lawyer, you could tell me why Joe Biden didn't release the files.
I'm not his lawyer. And by the way, Joe Biden was weak as hell, and that's why we're in all the situations we're in now. That's a big part of it.
Okay, what did Joe
Trump's trying to
Biden
do his best.
what did Joe Biden cause? Tell me.
He just was very, very weak. I don't really think, I don't have the time to stay on the line with you and turn it
So
to
in other
Biden.
words, you don't know anything.
He's done. No. Biden's done. It's irrelevant. It's over.
But you brought him
We
up,
pulled
dummy.
the plug on Biden.
You brought him up, and then when I asked you to give me an example, you said, "But he's done." But you brought him up. You said he caused all these
Okay,
issues.
I'll give you an example. Fine, let me give you an example.
All right,
Russia.
Don Veltman,
They
Esquire.
invaded Ukraine.
He what?
They invaded Ukraine, right?
No.
We did nothing. Now look at what we have to deal with.
Joe Biden invaded Ukraine?
No, when Russia invaded Ukraine,
Yeah.
Biden could immediately, instead of saying, "Oh, we're just going to do some economic sanctions," which is now messing with our money, he could immediately put the smack down. But he decided not to. He was weak, and now we got to pay for it.
Hey, let me ask you
agree?
something. What is Trump doing to Russia to make him stop invading Ukraine?
No, at least he got him to the table, like Rubio said in his Munich speech.
Yep, and Putin keeps saying no, and what's Trump doing about it? Because according to you, the president has the power to stop him. Why isn't Trump stopping him?
Oh, Trump can't stop him. I love Trump. Trump could
But
never
Biden
stop
could
this
have.
war, though.
But Biden could have.
No. Biden could have actually did military intervention on day one.
Can Trump do military intervention now?
Right?
Can Trump do that now?
He can, but look at all that's happened now. Now
what does that matter?
Larger than just Russia, Ukraine, right?
No, it's not. It's Russia, Ukraine.
And also,
the fuck you think there is a world war?
Putin to stop. Putin can't stop.
But so Biden is held to a totally different standard than Trump, is what you're saying. Biden was supposed to do things Trump's not capable of.
To a different standard, because no matter what Trump does,
no, because you will blame Biden for a million different things, and then when I say, well, why didn't Trump do what you're saying Biden should have done? You'll say, well, Trump can't do that. You realize how stupid you sound?
It's not stupid. I said on day one, Biden could have did military intervention. Trump didn't have that option. He didn't have power. Now Trump has power after the war dragged out.
And he's doing nothing to stop it.
But Putin
no, he's not.
Stop.
Do you know that one of those many meetings between Putin and him and Zelensky, he said before the meeting, if Putin does not agree to a ceasefire, I'm going to hit him with some very severe sanctions. After the meeting, Trump came out and said, well, he didn't agree to the ceasefire, and then he did not hit him with any sanctions. You know that? Do you know that Donald Trump called?
I won't back him up on that, because sanctions hit him with sanctions. What does that matter? Let's give him more sanctions. I do think, obviously, we all know now Russia is, I agree with you on that, but Russia is going, making money back.
$20 in super chats, and I'll hang up on her.
And that's why we're grabbing those ships now.
What happened?
We probably need the money.
What happened? Could you say that again?
No, I just said I did agree with you on that point. And we are grabbing Russian ships right now, because after we sanctioned them initially, they went around it and found ways to make money from their oil anyway, with India and some other nations. But we're grabbing their shadow fleet vessels. I think we're keeping the oil, and we probably need the money. But plus, it also hurts them economically, and
Russia?
They're almost out of gas. Yeah, Russia's real bad right now.
Yeah, but that's not happening. We're not grabbing their oil. I don't know what you even mean by that.
Oh, those ships. We've seized a lot of ships recently, a lot of Russian ships.
Mm-hmm.
And we're keeping the oil, just like with the boats in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. And now other countries are even getting into it. I believe a third country also seized a Russian oil tanker. I think it was France. I think France seized one too, like last week or in the last 2 weeks.
All right. So what else?
So we're doing something.
No, we're not. Something. We're not doing anything. Do you know that Donald Trump called Putin a couple of months ago and asked him, the guy you think is so strong, the guy who could do anything, he could fly if he wants to, according to you. The guy called Putin and asked him if it was okay to give Ukraine Tomahawks, and Putin said no, so Trump didn't give them to Ukraine. That's what a pussy he is to Putin.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, now you do. All right, Wendy the retard. Listen, I gotta go.
All right. Well, thanks for the call.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry, people were literally paying me to hang up on her. Do you know Wendy from the Howard Stern show? You know the Wendy I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh man, that was fucking torture. Holy shit. Joe Dirt 199, skip this caller, don't want a real conversation. Yeah. Jay said $5, YouTube won't let me call parents Trump autistic. Joe Dirt 199, the oil money is going to Trump in Qatar. Yeah. She's crazy. I mean, that's the thing. I'm telling you, it's scary talking to some of these people. It's like, wow, you know nothing. What about the economy, Ashley Nesbitt? What about the economy? Exactly. She doesn't know. Like Trump's literally controlling the account, like the money. He's in control of it. I mean, the money's going in his fucking pocket. It's going in his pocket. Yeah, I guess. What about the economy? Somebody asked about the economy. Was that her? Is that the girl that just called in, Ashley or something? I don't even know. I didn't even catch her name. Yeah, she definitely sounds like a Trump. She is redeemed tarred with toad puss. What the fuck is that? Trump is stronger than ever because America is dumber than ever. For real, man. You had nothing to say back on seizing Russian oil tankers. LOL. Just laugh it off. It's not happening. It's simply not happening. Yeah, and if she's talking about, I don't know what she's even referring to, really. It was like talking to a mental patient. We're not doing anything that Putin wouldn't approve of because Trump does not stand up to Putin. He doesn't. The economy is heading for a 1920s downfall. Yeah, and by the way, somebody in the chat said under Biden we had 28% inflation. You guys and numbers you're not friends. You know, you don't understand numbers. It's just like when they say he let 20 million illegals, 30 million illegals, 50 million, 15 million, 8 million, 10 million, 12 million, 100 million illegals into the country. They just make up numbers. 28% inflation. Do you know what would happen if we had it would be like the Hunger Games. 28% inflation. Oh, okay, good, Ashley. It's awful in the South. Where do you live? You live where exactly, if you don't mind? Not exactly. I just mean what state. Why doesn't anyone mention Biden was president for 4 years and mentally wasn't capable of doing so, and the whole world knew this? Because he was mentally capable of doing so because he did it for 4 years. He did. You realize that you guys, I want to marry you. Do you realize that you guys okay, unapologetically, Monica. Are you Esquire? Are you whatever the bitch said her name was, Esquire? What the fuck was I gonna say now? God damn it. Shit. Oh, you know that Fox tricks you a lot, right? Like, don't get me wrong, Biden was a mess at the end, but I guarantee you he was better mentally than Trump is right now. There's no question about it. No question about it. Trump is much worse off physically and mentally. A lot of the stuff you saw, don't get me wrong, the debate was a mess. Of course, he had traveled for fucking, I don't know how many days straight, and he's 80 years old. So, he's half asleep. But a lot of the clips that Fox News showed you of Joe Biden just seeming like a complete whatever you want to call it, a lot of them were edited, right? Like, this is how deceitful they are. They showed you guys a video of Joe Biden getting out of the car at some summit. Macron is there and a bunch of other people. They're outside, like in a grassy area. And Joe Biden, he walks away from the car and all the people, and he's just staring straight ahead, talking. They cut off part of the video. So it's like, look at this old man and fucking guy's talking to the air. Meanwhile, you could find the whole video on YouTube. There was a paratrooper. They were literally watching paratroopers, and a paratrooper landed and was, doing whatever he does with his chute. And Joe Biden was talking to him, but they cut out the paratrooper so you couldn't see him. That's what Fox does to you. Fox does not show you the stuff that is happening to Trump. And I know they don't. So you're not even aware of it. Do you know how incredibly demented Trump is? Yeah, no, it doesn't. You realize that every time there's a Republican, he fucks up the economy and then the Democrat fixes it. You do realize that, right? I'm sure you probably don't because you're not bright, but Every fucking Republican president. Joe Biden created 16.6 million jobs. And Donald Trump in 4 years. And Donald Trump so far in over a year created 181,000. That's it. That's it. Joe Biden created 4 times more jobs than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. You don't even know anything about inflation. Like the inflation under Biden was, and everybody knows this with brains, it was because of COVID. Every nation on earth was hit with major inflation. And then he brought it down to 2.4%. Let me see something. All right. If releasing Epstein files will collapse our government, then our government needs to be replaced. I agree. You have Democrats literally eating children, and he is the devil. This is what I mean. I mean, I don't know if they're escaped or if they're currently in the institution. You should be in a fucking straitjacket. Democrats eat children. Okay. I'll tell you why, Juan. And I know you're just doing this to break my balls, because Joe Biden never, ever once said that he wasn't. They do. You know they do, Juan. Fox tricks you. A lot of the shit you say is shit you heard on Fox, and you're wrong. Biden never, ever once said, I didn't know who I pardoned, or somebody did that without my authorization. Joe Biden only did 80 full pardons. He only did 80 full pardons. Okay. And he never said he was unaware or it was unauthorized. Although Donald Trump, you want to see something? Show you something funny. Donald Trump talks about CZ pardon on 60 Minutes.
In an asterisk 60 Minutes interview, Donald Trump said he didn't know about the pardon of Binance founder CZ Zhao, even though he granted it. He suggested others recommended it.
What? He didn't know about it. What? Oh my God. He said he didn't know about what? That can't
President
be.
Trump just told 60 Minutes that he had no idea who was pardoning
Let me see this.
in penalty finance for.
All right, you're going to be a prick about it. Let me see. Philip November, $5 a quarter of Americans voted for Agent Orange. They don't know how stupid they are. And they think he won in a landslide. I know. Thank you for the $4. He didn't even get 50% of the vote. Anyway, you can look it up if you'd like. 60 Minutes clip talking about CZ pardon.
So far this year, the president has pardoned or shortened the sentences of more than 1,600 people. The latest pardon was for a cryptocurrency tycoon who is known as CZ. The company CZ founded, Binance, helped boost the profile of the Trump family's crypto firm, World Liberty Financial. He pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws.
Right.
The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that. And I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
In 2025, his...
You don't know who he is. That, to me, sounds, Juan, like an auto pen situation. Of course, in reality, he knows who he pardoned. The reason he lied on there is because he sold that pardon. CZ got him $2 billion in his crypto company. So Trump gave him a pardon. And he doesn't, it's a pay to play thing. So he denied it. He even at one point said, if you keep asking me questions about pay to play, I'm going to get up and leave. And then he made them edit that out of the video. The same thing he sued them for doing with Kamala. And if you go to their website, you could find the transcript and you'll see the part where he said, if you keep asking me these questions, I'm going to get up and leave. Oh my God, you know they do, bro. You know they do. There's no question about it. Where's Juan at? According to U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data covering the period from January 2017 to January 2020 before the pandemic hit, the U.S. economy added about 6.7 million net new jobs, non-farm seasonally. Do you want to look at the end numbers? Because he left in the negative. He lost 2.5 million jobs. He ended his term with 2.5 million less jobs than he began his term with. He's the only president since Herbert Hoover to do that. Monumental fuck up. Yeah. So don't leave that part out, Juan. Let me see. Have that girl call back. That was fun. Nah. We all know Biden wasn't in charge. Obama was, at least the start of a middle ground. Honestly, Obama wasn't running anything, and they screwed him, and that's why he left the best Kamala. Obama wasn't running anything. So Obama was running everything, but then he wasn't running everything, Scott McCauley. You're doing a great job. Yeah, you said it again, too. That's odd. I think you're confused. Biden wasn't in charge. Obama was, but then Obama wasn't running anything. All right. Scott, what am I lying about with the pandemic? What am I lying about with the pandemic? Pandemic lying, you say. Okay. So you decided that Obama was running things and Joe Biden wasn't, and therefore you're correct. It's just based on your feelings. Prove it. Prove it in any way, shape, or form. Jobs. It doesn't matter. He lost 2.5 million jobs. He left office with a 6.6 unemployment rate. And guess what? 6.6%. Guess why? Trump fucked up the entire thing. No world leader mishandled COVID the way he did. You guys don't remember? He refused to acknowledge it was real. Oh, it'll fucking be gone in the summer when it gets hot. Oh, it'll just go away. It's just like the flu. Oh, maybe we should disinfect our bodies. And because of that, everything went haywire. That's why this country had it so bad during COVID, because of Trump's initial mishandling of it and continued mishandling of it. The only thing he did right was Operation Warp Speed. That's it. That's not a thing. That's literally something you just made up. Tell me the source for that. I'll look it up. Scott is having a stroke, I think. Yeah. Tell me the source for that bullshit you just put in the chat. Trump lost 2.5 million jobs. He came into office with a certain amount and he left with 2.5 million less. But yeah, they have a couple, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are you being serious right now, Juan? Somebody said you look like a lesbian Kevin James, except Kevin James is a dude, so he can't be a lesbian. They're not good at this. They try to roast you and stuff, and they're not good. Like I was lesbian Kevin James. The fuck? All right. I guess there doesn't need to be any logic or anything in this shit you say. Claiming Dems don't care about kids is ignorant at best. Of course. And that's why the person will not elaborate on what they said. You guys don't care about children. You don't even care about them being raped. You don't want children to have free school lunches. If their parents are in a bad spot, you don't want kids to be able to get food through SNAP. You don't want them to have a home through cash or Section 8 housing. You don't want their parents to have any money through cash assistance. You don't want them to have anything. You want, George Carlin said it best, you want live babies so they can grow up to be dead soldiers. Yeah. You don't care about kids. You only care about them when they're in the womb. And I don't even believe you care about them then. But if you do, it's because of your ridiculous religion. Virginia proposed a bill to reduce the current Virginia government 2026 to reduce this current Virginia government 2026 to reduce imprisonment for pedos. Okay, so you want to hear the real truth? Do you want to hear the truth, or do you listen? If you want me to let you keep believing that, I will. But if you want to know the truth, I'll give you the truth. You want the truth? Did Virginia propose lowering sentencing for pedophiles? Oh, motherfucker. How do I do this? Did Virginia propose reducing sentencing for pedophiles? Well, won't give me the answer. I have to ask this way. Did Virginia propose reducing sentencing for pedophiles? Oh, motherfucker. Oh, well, won't give me the answer. This is the answer, basically. It's, if I could find it, hold on. Well, even Fox News says it. Even Fox News, but I'm sure they lied to some extent. A new bill proposed by Democrats in the Virginia state legislature is raising concerns regarding the removal of minimum prison sentences for various violent felonies, manslaughter, murder, everything. In other words, all they really want to do is remove mandatory minimums, not for pedos, just in general. But you guys get lied to all the time, so you think they're doing this for pedos, and they're not. It's a blanket thing. They want to make no mandatory minimum sentences, which, by the way, a lot of states have done that. PA got rid of mandatory minimum sentences in 2015. They're draconian. They're fucking. They're unconstitutional. So that's all Virginia wants to do. It has nothing to do with pedophiles. Nothing. Matter of fact, I don't even think there are mandatory minimums for pedophiles. I don't even think there are. I'm trying to get it to answer me like it always does, and it doesn't want to. It'll just show me articles. Is Virginia reducing sentencing for pedophiles? Here we go. No, I guess not. That just shows me the actual bill, Bill 863. A bill introduced by Democrats in the Virginia General Assembly is drawing criticism over proposals to eliminate mandatory minimum prison sentences for a range of violent felonies. A range of violent felonies. So it's not about pedos, guys. I know they try to make you think everything is, but the funny thing is, you're all worried about pedos, except for the fact that Trump is one. Then you don't want to hear shit about pedos. That's your guy. Anyway, guys, I got to get going. Thanks for everything. Peace.